In this video, I'm going to go over problems that are similar to what's on your 3.01 quiz. So what is the slope of the line passing through the points -4, -5, and 8, 1? So remember, when we have 2 points and we want to find the slope, we're going to use the formula m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's label our points, because remember, we need to do that in order to figure out what to plug into the formula. So the first point, I'm going to call it x1, y1, and the second point I'm going to call x2, y2. So let's plug into the formula. So instead of y2, I have 1 minus y1, which is -5, over x2, which is 8, minus x1, which is -4. So when I simplify this, I have 1 minus -5, which becomes plus, so I have 1 plus 5, which is 6, over 8 minus -4, which becomes plus, so 8 plus 4 is 12. So I have 6 over 12. So let's reduce this fraction. 6 will go into 6, leaving me with 1. And then 6 goes into 12, leaving me with 2. So this becomes 1/2, which is my value of slope. So now let's find the slope of the line pictured in this graph. So remember, given a graph, to find the slope, you're going to do rise over run, which is the same thing as saying the change in y over the change in x. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 points and then draw the path going from left to right. So I'm going to pick this point here, and I'm going to pick this point 2, -2. So I'm finding the slope between 0, -3, and 2, -2. So if I draw my path, it's going to look like this. So I'm going to go right, 1, 2. So right is +2. Then I go up 1, which is +1. So my rise over run, or change in y over change in x, is going to be +1 over +2, which equals a slope of 1/2. So let's find now the slope of the line that passes through the points 2, 6, and -10, 9. So we have once again our formula, m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's label our points. I'm going to call 2, 6, x1, y1, and -10, 9, x2, y2. So when I plug into my formula, I have y2, which is 9, minus y1, which is 6, over x2, which is -10, minus x1, which is 2. So when we simplify this, we have 9 minus 6, which is 3, over -10 minus 2, which is -12. So 3 over -12 will simplify. 3 goes into 3, leaving me with 1. 3 goes into -12, leaving me with -4. So my slope is going to be -1/4. Now let's calculate the rate of change for the situation described in the following table of values. You are walking laps around the park. So remember this phrase here, the rate of change. That means that we're looking for the slope. So let's figure out how would it do this problem. So we need slope. So we have m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So when I'm using this formula, remember I need to label my values. So everything in the left column, the number of laps is going to be x, and then the time in minutes is going to be y. So I'm just going to pick 2 values and label them x1, y1, and x2, y2. So I'm just going to pick the first points, x1, y1, and x2, y2. Now I just need to plug into this formula. So when I do that, I have y2, which is 8, minus y1, which is 4, over x2, which is 4, minus x1, which is 2. So now we can simplify this. 8 minus 4 is 4, and that's over 4 minus 2, which is 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 2 minutes per lap is the rate of change for this function. So now let's find the slope of the line that passes through the points 6, 7, and 12, 7. So remember, once again, we need the formula, m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's label our points. So 6, 7 is going to be x1, y1, and 12, 7 is going to be x2, y2. So when we plug into this formula, we have y2, which is 7, minus y1, which is also 7, over x2, which is 12, minus x1, which is 6. So when we simplify this, we have 7 minus 7, which is 0. 0 divided by 12 minus 6, which is 6. So 0 divided by 6 is just 0. So that is the slope of the line through these 2 points. Remember, extra fact, if a slope is 0, it's going to be just a horizontal line like this through the points 6, 7, and 12, 7.